Hello guys, welcome back to my channel, and today I'm going to be rating all the new drift cars in GTA Online. I'm going to be rating them on 3 different ways. The first way I'll rate them is on looks, then on price, and the third and final way is how they actually drift in-game and which are the smoothest and which ones are the worst. To start off with number 8, we got the Drift Yosemite. Now this thing, it looks great. It's got a wide body kit, it's got great liveries, it's got great customization overall. It is $1.3 million regular price with a trade price of $900,000. It's on Southern San Andreas. It is one of the cheaper drift cars, but there's a reason for this. The drifting on this thing is very difficult. You have to almost pull your entire stick on your controller each direction just to get it to go like you see in this clip. And it feels just very heavy and unpleasant to drift in. Next up on my list, in number 7, I got the Careen Futo GTX. Now, this thing, it's meh. The design of it's okay. I mean, it's about like a 6 or a 7. It's not great, but it looks good. Price-wise, this thing is on Southern San Andreas for $1.5 million, or for a trade price of $1.1 million. And it's also on the cheaper side, and for overall drifting ability, this thing, it slides good, but it can be a little hard to learn, so beware if you're new at drifting. And in 6th place, we have the Anus Remus. Now this thing, it looks pretty slick, it looks pretty good, it has a very nice body design with some pretty good customization. It has a price of $1.3 million with a trade price of $1 million on Southern San Andreas. Now the reason this car is on the lower part of the list is because of its drifting ability. It also feels very heavy, just like the Drift Yosemite, and it just struggles to hold angles and drift for a long time because it just kind of feels a little wonky to drift in. And now at number 5, we have the Drift Tampa. And this thing, it doesn't look like it should be a drift car, but it still looks clean overall. It looks very mean, looks very fast. And it has a really good customization for it. For the price, this thing is only $900,000 on Southern San Andreas. And the drifting ability is quite good. Like, it just feels smooth, but not too smooth where you start sliding all over the place. You can hold angles pretty well, and it feels nice to drive. Now at number 4, we have the Fathom FR36. This thing looks really good and has a very good customization. It's just very clean overall with the builds you can make with this thing. It's $1.6 million on Southern San Andreas, which is, it's kind of up there, but it's not outrageously expensive for the car you're getting. And for drifting ability, this thing, it slides well, but it's not too bad sliding. You can still, it's a little slower than the other cars, but it still stands as a very good car, and it overall is just a very clean, well-built drifting car in the new update. Now coming into our top 3, these are the elite drift cars in the new update. 3rd overall, we got the Euros. Now this thing looks very clean. It's got a very nice rounded shape to it. Now talking about price, this thing is the 2nd most expensive drift car in the game. It is 1.8 regular price and 1.3 trade price on Legendary Motorsports. But the car's drifting ability makes it well worth the price of $1.8 million. And for the drifting ability of the car, this thing, clean, it feels so good when drifting. It can hold angles very well, just like you see here. It has excellent handling, and it just feels overall amazing when sliding around, having an amazing time driving this thing. And with number 2, we have the Dinka Jester RR. It's based off an newer model Supra. It just has a very clean, circular shape, just like the Euros, But with great looks comes with a great price, because this is the most expensive drift car in the game, coming at $1.9 million. Is it worth it? Maybe, if you're willing to spend almost $2 million on a drift car. And the drifting ability on this car is so smooth and clean. It can hold angles perfectly. The handling is almost perfect. It just glides across the road. It is the second best drift car. So let's go on to number 1. And so finally, in number 1, we have the Anus ZR350. This thing is beautiful. Has great customization. It has a wide body kit you can put on it. It looks amazing. With a price of $1.6 million, you also can't pass up on this, because that's around the median price of all these vehicles anyway. And the drifting ability, don't get me started. It is the best drift car in the game. It is so smooth. It holds angles perfectly. Has perfect handling. It slides all the way across the road and you barely have to do anything. It just feels great when you're driving it, and that's why it's number 1.